Hello everyone, it's Riley and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience getting pregnant so close after having a baby. With this story in particular, I was 4 months postpartum and I got pregnant again. So, long story short, let's jump right into the video and explain what happened, how I found out, my husband's reaction, my family's reaction, the kids' reaction, all of that. I'm going to go ahead and share that with you guys today. Okay, so fast forward, I'm not even sure about how many months ago I found out I was pregnant about it, but we were happy. We were really happy with our 3 beautiful babies. And we had just got a dog, we just bought our house, we were really, really happy. And so fast forward 4 months after she was born, she was a great baby. She was a lot different than Cade. Mind you, Cade was also a preemie. He was born at 34 weeks. So that was a very hard situation to deal with at 16 years old, but considering, he was born so early and stuff like that, her birth was a lot different considering that she was induced. Like, I was induced at 39 weeks. So her birth was totally different than Cade's. So I definitely was not trying to get pregnant, but 4 months later, my period was supposed to come. Obviously, the whole shebang, how that works. My period was supposed to come. I did not get my period. Normally I would get my period in the morning. And so I was like, okay, I haven't got my period. So later that day, around 3 or 4, I was like, I have a test. I've had some symptoms, which let's go ahead and get into those symptoms. I heard a baby cry in Target and my boobs hurt. And I'm like, okay, my milk is dried up by now. I finished breastfeeding Kensely. And I was like, I know that could have been a side effect of me just being 4 months postpartum. Like, I just had a baby 4 months ago, but something in me was just like, what the heck? Like, my boobs don't hurt anymore when she cries, or when I hear any baby cry for that matter. So I was like, what the heck? So I'm like, okay, I'm at Target. Let me just buy a test. Because the way my life is set up, I would be pregnant 4 months postpartum. So I was like, let me just buy this dang test and see. So I bought the test. I went home, took the test when I was at Target, and nothing came up. It was negative, like absolutely negative. I was like, okay, cool. So, and I took that, like, mind you, I did take that test, like, probably like 2 weeks before my period was supposed to come anyway. So nothing was going to show up, and I was pregnant. Nothing showed up, so I took it too early, obviously. So here comes my day of my period. Like I said, I took it around 3 or 4. I took the test, and I'm like, it's not going to be positive. I literally ran upstairs while the kids were downstairs. I think Kenzie was sleeping and Cade was eating lunch, and I ran upstairs real quick to pee on the stick. And I was like, I'm not going to be pregnant, whatever. I just want to see, you know what I mean? Because my period hasn't come yet. So I'm washing my hands or whatever. I go do something else. I think I get dressed or something like that. And then I go back to the test, and I'm like, I still remember that feeling. Like, I can't even fully explain it because it was just like, what? No, like, absolutely not. Ashton Kutcher, jump out. Where is the cameras? Like, who the heck? Like, what is going on right now? I was so shocked. I literally was like, oh my God. And then immediately after, I was just kind of like overwhelmed with emotion of love, because that's exactly how I feel. Like, I could have 12 kids and I could get pregnant again, and I would feel the same amount of love for that baby as I do the other 12. I didn't think I was gonna get emotional at all in this video. Like, it's crazy. Like, I already have the kid. Like, it's over now, but like, it's definitely something that is a huge blessing. Like, I was so shocked, and I was so excited about 10 to 15 minutes after taking the test. But then it kind of sunk in, that feeling of, oh crap, I just had a baby 4 months ago. Like, how old is she going to be when he's born? How am I going to deal with a toddler and a newborn? Like, how am I going to deal with a baby still? She was still a baby. And how am I going to deal with a toddler? To still deal with the toddler and still to deal with the baby. Like, how am I even going to do that? Like, I had no idea, like, how I was going to wrap my mind about it. But I was like, this is crazy. I have to figure this out. Like, what the heck? I had to tell Sam. I had to tell my mom. I had to tell my family. I had to tell everybody. I was so scared. So I tell my sister first because I'm like, okay, sis, I need help. So I call Stephanie, which is my sister. You guys will see her soon in a video or whatever. But I told her, and I was like, I explained it how I just explained to you guys. Like, I peed on the stick and like, it's positive, like it's there, like it's a test. And she's like, well, how do you feel like about it? And I'm like, I don't know, like I'm happy, but at the same time, now this is when the guilt kind of set in, because I look at my 4-month-old little baby girl and I'm like, I just had you. And the thing is with Cade, we had Goose, but Goose was already 3, so he was older and he, you know, had that baby stage to himself. Cade was able to have that baby stage to himself because, you know, he didn't have another baby to share with. And so in this sense, I kind of felt like I was going to have like twins in some way. I felt like I'm not going to be, not that I'm saying like, if you have twins, you're not giving each of your babies enough attention or like, you know, enough love or whatever. And I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I wasn't going to be able, not that I wasn't going to be able, but I was trying to wrap my mind around how I was going to be able to give her enough love and attention and be like, you know, I don't want to take her baby years away from her. That's not fair to her. And I just felt that, like, when she asked me, like, how do you feel about that? And, like, that's when the guilt set in, kind of. And I was just like, you know, it was just an initial emotion that it's just like, what am I going to do? Considering that she's so young still, and I don't want her to be rushed and pushed out of the way for this new baby. So, fast forward, Sam gets home that night. And I was really scared for his reaction because, first of all, he's not, you know, it's not that he didn't want any more kids, but I was scared he was going to take it a little more harder than I was, because obviously I'm the one carrying the baby and I'm the one that is going to be taking care of the kids at home. So he is going to be the one financially paying for these children. I stay at home all the time, you know, full time with my kids. And so I'm not saying that I necessarily have the easy job, and, you know, he has the harder job because he has to financially pay for, you know, the children. But at the same time, it was kind of like, you know, I know that that was going to be his first initial, like, you know, little cringe. So that's just a side note right there. But we laid in bed. I was scared. Like, we ate dinner, and I just didn't say anything, like, about it. Like, I just acted like everything was okay. I hid the test actually in this drawer right here next to my nightstand. And I'm like, I just couldn't tell him. Like, I could not tell him at dinner or anything like that. And I finally got the courage. And it wasn't that I was scared. Like, he wasn't mad or anything. It was just like, I didn't know how to tell him because it was still unreal to me. So we laid in bed. We were about to go to sleep. And I'm like, I have to show you something. So I pull the test out and I give it to him. And I start crying immediately. Not like sobbing or cry or like sad tears. It's just like crying, you know, kind of like how it was, you know, a few minutes ago. So I gave him the test, and he's like, you're joking, right? Like, you're playing with me. Like, where's Ashton Kutcher again, you know? And I was like, no, I'm serious. I'm serious. I like, for like a good 2 to 5 minutes, actually, I had to explain to him and show him, like, I'm not kidding. Like, I'm serious. Like, this is a real test. I really have a baby in my stomach. I'm pregnant. Like, you did your job. You got me pregnant again. So he kind of realized that I wasn't kidding. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, I'm pregnant again. And he was like, whoa, well, he said some choice words, not like, you know, I wish I had this recorded as well, but like, so you could see him. And if down the line, you guys will definitely get Sam's humor and his personality, but like, he was kind of like, well, you know, what are we gonna do? You know, it's our baby, it's our life. This is a human we created together. Like, you know, let's do this. And, you know, and as the days went on, it was kind of like, okay, we got this. You know what I mean? We started looking at bigger vehicles, and we definitely took it still as a shock, but we also accepted it as, this is a life that we created together, and we're gonna rock this, and we're gonna do this together. And we got through it together. We definitely cried a lot. And it wasn't that it was sad. Like, we were not sad for this baby. It was just that it was a huge shock. And it was initial, like, this is the real, like, this is the real story. Like, I know that some people may feel like, oh my gosh, yay, like, I'm pregnant again, and like try for that. But I wasn't. And I was honestly very thrown off. But, you know, it Maverick is a huge blessing, and he's definitely, honestly, the icing to our family, the cherry on top. He's definitely a little, an amazing blessing. So I don't want anybody to think that in this video I'm bashing, being pregnant so soon and, not being happy about this baby, because I was so happy, and I am so happy that we have him. But just initially, that's hard. You guys got to understand that it's very hard. So fast forward, I told Stephanie, I told Sam, I called my mom actually, and told her over the phone, and it wasn't a huge surprise to anybody. I think everybody kind of knew that Sam and I were going to have a lot of kids. Sam and I were going to have a big family, and I've always wanted a big family. Sam only came from a family with only one other child, and I had 2 other siblings. So even having just only 2 other siblings, I still wanted more than that. I wanted more kids than that. And so I'm so happy that we do have more kids than that, because it gives our kids, friends and people to grow up with and always have somebody. There's so many pros to having kids, a lot of kids, and having kids close together. I will do a video on that as well.